Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Right. Afla, your video is on. Okay. So we'll start with geography from today onwards. So I hope some of you might be my students, old students who already attended some of my classes, history classes, I hope. And other people who didn't attend my class, I'll be handling geography for you. So coming to geography, first tell me what you know about geography so far. How much you have studied, or what do you know about geography? Is there anything that you would like to share with me regarding geography? Guys, come on. What do you know about geography? Nothing? No idea? See, one thing. My class will never be like the normal classes where you will sit like a spectator and just see the class. Okay. My class is always going to be in such a way that I'll be continuously asking you questions, and I would like to get response from you also. Okay. Try to participate in the class instead of just being a spectator sitting on the aisle and looking at the class. Try to participate, try to speak. Okay. Tell me, what do you know about geography? Guys, come on. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good. Right then. Tell me something.
Sir, it is a relationship between people and environment, or
Good. It's a relationship between people and environment. Yes, you can say that. Abhaya Viju. Geo is yep. Yes, geography means the study of Earth. Very good. The study of physical features of the Earth and its atmosphere. Yes, Sahala. That you can say as geography. Study of Earth and its features and relations between each elements. Yes, Kartika, good. Scientific study of the Earth's surface, physical features, divisions, products, population. Good, Abhijit. Right. So, as you all said, geography is the study of Earth, basically. Okay. So, within the folds of geography, there are different groups. One particular group of people consider geography that related to the study of humans or geography. Okay, and one particular group concentrates all about the geological time scale, the geographical development, the physical features, the physiography, the climatology. Okay, they don't consider human element into the geography at all, and that is one side of geography which people concentrate. So, one side, if you take humans, their influence and their spread, their population concentration, their way of life, all considered to be one part of geography. The other part of geography is all about the physical geography, that is the climatology, as I said, climatology, oceanography. Okay, the physiography all comes under the other part of geography. So now you tell me, which one do you more subscribe, whether the human part of the geography or the physical part of the geography? Which one you subscribe? The human part or the physical part of the geography? Guys, come on.
Both.
Both. Okay. Both is needed, both. Okay. So my question would be, if you take geography as such, okay, one side, as I said, the physical geography part is there. That is the climate, right? The physical features, the physiography of the earth, okay, the mountain system, the valleys, the river system, okay, the delta system, the fluvial topography, the alluvial topography. Okay, so different features of the globe that decides a lot of things for human, right? So if you take, for example, the ancient civilizations of India or ancient civilization of the world as such, okay, Mesopotamians were there, right? Harappan civilization was there, Mayan was there. So a lot of civilization came, and one part of the time they all ended. Okay. So my question is, the ancient civilizations of the no ancient, I mean the ancient civilizations, where did they all evolve? At which place? Or is there any geographical location, to be precise, or is there any geographical feature that was necessary for a civilization to evolve into something? Was there anything? Any geographical
Banks of
feature?
river. Banks
River.
of river.
Example?
Indus.
Indus.
Yeah.
The Indus River system of Indus Valley civilization.
Ganga.
Right? Okay. Any other example apart from Indus?
Ganga.
Nile.
Ganga for Magadhan. Okay, good.
Yes, Magadhan.
Then Nile. Fatima, Nile for which civilization, Fatima? Good. Egyptian. Right? Yes. And there is one civilization which originated in the place of Tigris and Euphrates. Where is Tigris and Euphrates River? Which civilization is that? Good. Mesopotamian. Okay. So if you consider the civilization, even the civilization needed something to support them. So your geography decides which kind of civilization you are going to come up with. Whether you are going to evolve into a civilization or not is decided by the physical feature, the physical location of you. Okay, so consider this one. People in the tropical regions or the equatorial regions, okay, are dark in color, whereas the people of the European nations, that is the high altitude, high latitude people, they are fair in color, right? The darkness of the skin and the fairness of the skin is decided by the geographical location that one lives in. Do you know why?
So the direct fall of sunrise.
Um, can you your voice is very low.
So the direct fall of sunrise in the equatorial region.
Okay. Okay. So direct fall of sun rays, how it affects our skin color?
Melanin.
Melanin pigmentation. Okay. Right. So if you consider the color of our skin, okay, it's because of the melanin pigmentation. If you have high melanin pigmentation, that means you would be dark in color. If you have low melanin pigmentation, that means you would be fair. Okay. So The concentration of the melanin in our skin decides whether you are going to be dark or fair. Okay, so according to the degree of the presence of melanin pigmentation, it gets decided. Okay, but the first humans who evolved, right? They migrated northwards. Okay, so the first humans who evolved in the African region, they were all dark only. Okay, high sunlight. Because of the high sunlight, abundance of sunlight is available. With the abundance of sunlight, abundant ultraviolet rays also available. Since ultraviolet rays are harmful for humans, the dark skin, that is the melanin pigmentation presence, will filter a lot of ultraviolet radiation entering into your skin. Okay, if lot of ultraviolet radiation enters into your skin, the problem is you'll get cancer. Okay, you will easily get cancer, different kind of cancers, cardiovascular diseases. And one major thing is the absorption of vitamin D, the availability of vitamin D is decided by the color of your skin. Okay, see, sunlight is abundant in tropical regions, right? Am I right? Sunlight is abundant in tropical regions, and this abundant sunlight means abundant vitamin D available. Since vitamin D is available in abundance, there's no need for you to observe a lot of sunlight. Okay, so melanin pigmentation stops the penetration of sunlight into your body so that already vitamin D is available and you would be healthy. But when you move further high latitude region, one thing is you won't get enough sunlight. Am I right? So anyone here visited Canada or any Scandinavian countries, or at least somewhere in the high altitude regions? Is there anyone visited any European countries or somewhere? Guys? Okay. Visited Manali. Oh, good, Arjun. So if you visited Manali, you must be knowing about how the temperature is, right? How's the temperature in Manali?
It's very cold, sir.
It's cold, right? Okay, good. How about the abundance of sunlight? The sunlight availability.
Sir, sunlight is also there.
Okay. So when you move to high latitude region and also high altitude region, both the cases, temperature will be cold. Okay. When you move to high altitude region, one thing that you will notice is less amount of heat, one thing. When you move to high latitude regions, you will notice two things. One is cold temperature. The second one is feeble sunlight. When less sunlight is available in the surrounding, only when melanin pigmentation decreases, sunlight will penetrate into your body by synthesizing vitamin D. Okay, if you don't get vitamin D, you will get something called rickets. Okay, the absence of vitamin D creates something called rickets, and this rickets will make your bones brittle. Bones, nail, skin, your hair, okay, all become brittle if you have rickets. So this vitamin D insufficiency in the higher latitude regions is the reason why melanin pigmentation is low for the people of the high latitude region. So natural selection. When human moved from one place to other place, owing to the climate of the place, owing to the location, geographical location of the place, everything changed, and that's how the people of European nations developed fair skin with less melanin pigmentation, to allow more sunlight into their skin for the synthesis of vitamin D. And that is one of the reason why the people of European nations and North American people, they get cancer very easily when compared to the people who live in the tropical regions. Am I clear? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So your geographical location decides your skin color. Okay. One thing. Second thing, your food habits, your dietary habits is decided by the geographical location again. Which is the country that produces most of the world's spices?
India.
India. Why?
Variety of foods.
Variety of foods are. Is it like India is making variety of foods because of the presence of spices, or whether spices are produced more because of India's variety of foods?
For exporting,
For exporting, position of India, equatorial region. Okay. Right. So how many of you here had shawarma? Shawarma?
Sir, I had it.
Good. Pizza?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Most of you, right? Good. So how many of you had Mexican shawarma? Tried Mexican shawarma, Mexican pizza, Mexican deli,
Yes, sir.
right? Yes. What is the major difference between the normal shawarma, the normal pizza, that is the normal Italian pizza, when you compare it with the Mexican?
Basically, the changes in the ingredients, sir.
Changes in the
It's very hot.
ingredients. It's very hot, spicy. Okay, good. How many of you here tried African foods? Mexican is much spicier, more spicy. How many of you here tried any African foods? Okay. African foods also very spicy, right? And we are not non-natives of spiciness. We also eat a lot of spice here. One thing that differentiates the tropical regions, the equatorial regions, with the European countries and the people of high latitude is spiciness. Whenever an American tries Indian cuisine for the first time, they feel that Indian food is very spicy. Okay, even though that's not spicy for us, right? Even when the Americans try the Indian food, they try is butter chicken, palak paneer. Will you consider butter chicken and palak paneer as a spicy food? Do you consider butter chicken and palak paneer as spicy food? Not at all, right? For me, butter chicken is, for us, it's sweet, not spicy at all. But for them, that's the spice. So you should understand the relativeness of spice for us when you compare someone from the Western countries, someone who's coming from the high latitude regions. One thing that differentiates them from us is the level of spiciness that we use in our food. If you try African cuisine, if you try Mexican cuisine, if you try even the Cuban cuisine, Okay, even if you try our Indian cuisine that are majorly from the tropical regions, that like food from Kerala, food from Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, are more spicier when you compare it with foods of any other regions. Okay, one major difference is the temperature of our place is very high. Am I right? Kerala, hot climate. Tamil Nadu, hot climate. Andhra Pradesh, right? And also, when you go to Mexico, again, it's a hot climate, right? When you go to Caribbean islands, any nations of the Caribbean islands, Barbados, all other places, it's again hot climate. If you go to Africa, the belt, central belt of the Africa, the Congo Republic, and all other places, Kenya, Sudan, all places, if you take, temperature is very hot. Okay, the hot temperature is one thing that is similar to all these equatorial places, and the cuisine that developed in these places are also very spicy. Is there any correlation between the temperature and the spiciness of the food? Is there any correlation that you can think of? Guys, is there any correlation that you can think of?
The temperature can be a factor for the growth of the spices.
The temperature can be
A factor for the growth of that spices, some particular
Okay.
spices.
That you cannot consider, right? So, anyways, you know, Yavanapriya. What is Yavanapriya? Availability of crops. What is Yavanapriya? No idea? Pepper. Okay. Yes, Yavanapriya is pepper. And you know, for a long time, there was a struggle to capture the regions which was growing pepper. Okay. The British, the Portuguese, the Dutch, all of them wanted a share. All of them wanted to place their hand on the pepper growing regions. Okay, and you know that's one of the reasons why British took over India. British took India because India produced a lot of pepper. That is, the world's majority pepper came from India only, and that's why it is called Yavanapriya. Okay, and it was also known as black gold. Okay, now black gold means something different. What is the black gold now? The current day black gold. Good, crude oil. Okay, so the petroleum oil, the crude oil is the current day black gold. So the black gold, the spice, pepper, Yavanapriya, it was so important for them. If a person comes to India and get a load of pepper and goes back, is settled in his life. Okay, just if someone comes to India and get pepper and go back to the European countries, their life is settled because that's how the pepper was costly. It was coveted. Okay, apart from that we grow pepper, apart from that we grew spices, one thing is that our hot temperature made the food that we make, it becomes easily spoiled. Why? The food that we make gets easily spoiled. Is there any reason?
Bacteria and fungus.
Bacteria and fungus. Why bacteria and fungus? It also comes in European countries, right? High latitude countries also get bacteria and fungus.
Favorable temperature.
Exactly. The temperature of hot regions, the equatorial region, tropical regions are very conducive for the bacterial and fungus growth rather than the cold places and high latitude regions. Is there anything that you can do to stop the growth of bacteria and fungus in your food?
Store in fridge.
Huh?
Store in fridge.
Store in fridge. Okay. Consider you are living in ancient period, 1000 AD, and you are living under Chola Empire. Where will you go for fridge?
Make it too dry.
Huh?
Make it too dry.
Not getting you what?
Too dry. Make the food too dry.
Make the food too dry. Okay. Then
Sir, preservatives.
what?
Preservatives.
Preservatives like we make something called pickle, right? Which can be stored for 6 months, 1 year. Even if you don't refrigerate it, no problem. Why so? Why? You make pickle and keep it outside, even 6 months, 1 year, no problem, right? Why?
The salt content?
Ma'am?
Salt?
Salt. As salt and spice. Spice is a one major important ingredient of the food that stops the growth of bacteria and fungus for a long period of time. Okay, if you make tamarind, if you add tamarind, if you add chili, that means you are spicing up the food. As the more the spicier the food, like pickles, for example, the more the shelf life of that particular food article. Okay, so the tropical regions and equatorial regions, owing to their temperature, owing to the climate of their place, they add more spice in their food so that food has more shelf life. Okay, otherwise, in a temperature like 40 degrees Celsius, 42 degrees Celsius, consistently over the entire year, it's very difficult to store the food. Okay, it's not like you can make food each and every time. Morning one food, afternoon one food, night one food. It's very difficult. But instead of that, if you make food once and add it, make it very spicy, the shelf life will increase. Okay, and that is the reason why the tropical regions, the equatorial regions, always the food would be very spicy when compared to the regions of high latitudes. So the geography decides the food, the type of food that you eat. Am I right? You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So the geography decides your food. The geographical location of your place decides your skin tone. Okay. And your geographical location decides your culture and tradition also. How culture and tradition? Which state in India is known for mundu?
Kerala.
Kerala.
Kerala. Okay. Lungi.
Same Kerala. Lungi.
Same
Tamil
Kerala.
Nadu and also
Include Tamil Nadu also. No problem with that. The south of India is known for a culture called Veti or Veshti, whatever the pronunciation is in our language, right?
yes, Vestimundu.
Yes, Veshti Mundu. The south of India is known for this culture. And even if you go to African countries, okay, the tropical regions, the African countries, the Caribbean regions, okay, if you see the dresses of men and women, they are one side they would be semi-naked, some places, and some places it's just like our Veti Mundu, free-flowing dresses. Okay, and sari, for example, the Indian women's. Whereas if you go to European countries, okay, the Westerners, the European nations, and even the North America, for example, Canada, the Russian, northern part of Russia, for example. What kind of dresses do these people wear?
Shirt and pants.
Hmm?
Shirt and pants.
I'm not getting you what?
Shirt and pants. Pants.
Okay. Jackets which prevent cold, yes. And dresses even made out of animal hides. Okay, animal hides, for example, the goat, angora, all those things are there. The geographical location decides your tradition and culture, as I said. When temperature is high, okay, when humidity is high, especially if you see the tropical regions of our country, the south part of India, temperature is high, and along with the temperature, the humidity is also high in these regions. When temperature and humidity is high, already you know bacterial growth is one thing. And apart from bacterial growth, second, virus, bacteria and virus always thrive in hot, wet climates. Okay, the humidity and sultry climate is the place where bacterial and viral growth are very high. Okay, when an European person, when a Westerner meet another Westerner, usually how they greet each other. How do they greet each other? When Europeans meet each other, how do they usually greet? Shake hands, hug, bow down or handshake. Bow down is in Southeast Asian tradition. Okay, bowing down is Japanese, Korean, the Southeast Asian, not in European.
Okay, sir.
Hug and shake hands. Okay, so usually what they do is they hug each other. Okay, they place cheek to cheek with the other person. That's how they generally greet. Even the greetings are called warm greetings, right? Warm greetings. Why it should be warm? We are already living in a hot climate. Is there any necessity to warmly greet other person? Guys, warm greetings is something that came from the place which are already cold. Okay, for us, warm greetings is not necessary. Already we live in hot, sultry climate where we sweat like pigs. Okay, warm greetings is not necessary for us. And warm greetings is something that is very, very necessary, very much a necessity for the people who live in the high latitude regions. Okay, the European countries, for example, if you take the Britain and all other countries in the European nations, for them, warm greetings is something that is necessary because when they see a person, if they hug and give cheek to cheek, the transfer of heat will happen, which makes their body warm. That is why the greeting itself warm. But for us, we are already sweating. Okay, it's sultry, we sweat, we smell. And what if we do warm greetings? And already bacteria, virus, everything is there. How will you do warm greetings? So how do we greet generally when you see someone? Now leave it. Now we friends, we shake hands, we hug each other. Those craziness live apart. Think from the traditional perspective, the cultural traditional perspective.
Namaste.
Namaste va. Ah. Namaskaram, namaste. Yeah, right. Vanakkam. So, man, keep it your distance. Okay, let's give some 5 feet distance between each other. You stand there, I stand here. Namaste, Vanakkam. So that's how we generally greet. Okay, so the culture and tradition, even starting from the greetings and the dress that we wear, okay, it's all decided by the geographical location of your place. When it is hot and sultry, you don't want to wear a jeans pant, a thick jacket. Only when it is cold, only when it is very cold, winter time, you want to wear the jeans and the jacket. And one thing about jeans is, guys, how much, how many times do you uh, wash a jeans in a month if you are continuously wearing? You wash daily? No, right? Nobody does that. Because jeans is something that is invented for those lazy people who don't want to wash their clothes. It's not like that. It's invented because already it is a cold climate, man. You need something thick. And apart from the thickness, when you wear jeans, you can wash once in a while, not necessarily every day, because already it is cold. If you wash something, how long time do you think it will take to become dry again? Okay, that is one thing. You don't sweat also. In cold climates, you don't sweat, so there's no necessity to wash the clothes that easily. Okay, in cold climates, it takes long time to become dry, so washing also become a problem. That's why the kind of dresses the Westerners wear is thick, takes long time to dry. It's basically to make them feel warm. Okay, but for us, hot, sultry climate, you need free airflow into your body. That's how you keep your body cool. That's why veti, mundu, sari, all aids in the free flow of air into your body. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So geographical location decides your culture, decides your tradition, decides everything, every other aspect of your culture and traditional life. Okay. And apart from that, the geography of your place, okay, also the lipstick for that matter. Okay, the lipsticks are first invented to keep your lips from the cold climate. Okay, so you know that whenever the climate is cold, your lips get split. Okay, so to keep the cold from splitting your lips, we usually use that lipstick. And finally then slowly it became, you know, right, it became a makeup related thing. But however, that was the original use of lipsticks. Even men wear, right? So the geographical location basically decides your culture and tradition. And apart from that, even your religion is decided by the geographical location which you reside, right? Any examples?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Any examples, guys?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Not getting you what?
The question, sir, can you repeat?
Question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question is, the geographical location of your place decides your religion. How? Any examples I'm asking? Yes. Christmas is celebrated mostly in cold countries, Middle Eastern countries for Islamic religion. Okay. Right. Take one of the most important religions of the world, Islam. So you know the origination place of Islam, right? What was the origination place for Islam?
Mecca,
Makkah. Where is Makkah?
Saudi Arabia,
Saudi Arabia. Okay. So what is the climate, temperature of the Makkah region? Makkah, Medina, Saudi Arabia. What is the climate of these places?
Hot climate.
Not getting a word.
Hot climate.
Hot climate. Okay, good. Is it wet or dry?
Dry.
Dry. Hot, dry. Okay, good. What is the physiography of the place? Physiography means the land, how usually the land looks like.
Most desert.
desert,
Desert,
region,
desert, sand, and how about the trees and plants there? Trees and plants.
Shrubs and cactus. Shrubs.
Yes, plants like
Yeah.
cactus, right? Plants like cactus, and only where oasis is there, some greenery will be there. A little agriculture can be conducted in the places where oases are present. Okay, so apart from that, the place is devoid of lives. The place is devoid of animal, plant. Animals also nocturnal in nature. Only the night at night time they are very active, like me. Okay, so they are nocturnal in nature. So the plant, animals, they live entirely a different life from what we in our home we live. Okay, so when a religion comes from such a place, what kind of face will you give for the God? What is the face of God in Islam? What is the face of God in Islam? No face. God has no face. God has no feature. God as an entity has no physical feature at all in Islam. Okay, so just like the place of origination, God is someone, a superior being who has no physical attributes in Islam. Okay, what do you see in the flag of Islam usually? They have flag, right? What do you see in the flag, Islamic flag?
Star.
Not
Half
getting
moon
it.
and star. Half moon and star.
Yes, good. Crescent shaped moon, star are the things that are generally in Islamic flags. Which color do they generally use?
green,
Green color. Okay. So stars and the moon are the only thing that you can see in the night time in a desert, because in a desert, the presence of cloud is entirely absent, right? The presence of cloud is entirely absent in any desertic place, any desert. That is the reason why desert becomes intensely hot during the daytime and intensely becomes cold during the night time. Okay, daytime it would be 45 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Celsius, but in the night time the temperature will go 0 degrees Celsius, 4 degrees Celsius, even minus degree Celsius is possible in some deserts. So the land becomes intensely hot, the land becomes intensely cold. It's very difficult to keep up with the time of the place when you are living in desert. So the only way to know time and direction in a desert, I'm not speaking now we have GPS. Okay, the time and the location in a desert is possible only when you know about stars and moon. The locations of the stars and the growth and the growth of the moon decides the time and the direction, location in a desert, right? So many of the festivals of Islam is associated with the shape of the moon, right? Shape, position of the moon, time of the moon. Am I right? Any examples? Any examples, guys?
Sir, Eid festival.
Eid festival. How is it related with moon? Eid al-Fitr, how is related to moon? Guys, come on. So many people are here. Kartika, Karva Chauth is something that is Hindu festival. Have to see moon to celebrate Eid festival. Okay, Eid al-Fitr is celebrated only when you see the moon. So, in the night time, all that you can see is the moon and stars. That's why in the flag, the festivals that you celebrate, religious things that are associated in Islam is majorly dependent upon the shape of the moon, time of the day, night. Okay, that is one thing. And the green color is because this region is entirely devoid of green color, and all you want to find is or know is a oasis which is full of green color. So the color of the flag becomes green because all that you desire is greenery in your place, right? And one thing about desert region is the storms. Desert storms are dry, gusty, windy. And what happens if the dry, gusty, windy places are usually the sands, the finer particles of the sands, they travel a long distance and gets deposited from place to place. That's why the sand dunes in any desert region, if you go, any desert region, if you see, it gets shifting from place to place from time to time. Have you noticed this one anywhere? Shifting of sand dunes in desert region. So I hope some of you might have visited the Middle Eastern countries, right? How many of you visited Middle Eastern countries? Nobody? Guys, anyone visited Middle Eastern country?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So if you visited Middle Eastern countries and if you go into desert, you might notice that this hour, a huge sand dune will be in the front of you. In the next hour, that sand dune won't be there. It would be present somewhere else. Because, as I said, hot, gusty, storm, wind, that makes the finer particles of the sand. Sometimes, some places it's called dews. Okay, these finer particles of sands are called Lewis in some places. What happens is it shifts from place to place because of the wind, hot, gusty wind. So people has to prevent themselves from these sand and finer particles, because the sand and finer particles, they'll enter into your nose, mouth, eyes, whichever place is exposed. So how to stop it from entering into your body?
Clothes.
Clothes like what?
Burqa for women.
And for men? What about for men? For women, okay, you protected with them, protect them with burqa. But women are not the people who generally go out of their house, right? Then why do they need burqa? The majority of the times they don't go out. Clothes that cover full body, yes, Bashi. What about men? If you are covering women with full cover, body full clothes, what about men? Men should also cover them, right? Guys, why are you not answering?
So they are also wearing like that, I don't know name, that long white dress.
Yeah, if you see the sheikhs of Middle Eastern countries, they wear long burqa, like that is also burqa only. Okay, long burqa, like long burqa made of white color. And why is that difference? White color and black color. Black color for women and white color for men.
Sir, black color absorbs heat more than white color.
Yes. White color reflects light, heat. Black color absorbs heat and light. So give black color to women so that they won't go out of their house. Even if they go out of their house, because of the heat and the light, they will come to houses very easily, very soon. Patriarchy. It's not about religion, it's about patriarchy. The patriarchal nature of men, what they did is they strategically gave black color to women so that women won't go outside of their house. Men started wearing white color long dresses to protect themselves from the storms, protect themselves from the dusty sand, so that they can roam around freely outside of their house. Okay, so, and however, when religion traveled to other parts of the world, for example, when it came to India, is there any modification in the dresses of women? The burqa, it's still there, right? It's still present. Maybe a color difference, and with the younger generations, new variants came. But however, burqa is the standard. So the religion is decided by the geographical location of your place, the flag of Islam, the dress code of Islam, right? Is decided by the geographical location. Also, the polygamy that is prevalent in Islam is also because of the geographical location. The Middle Eastern region was known for war. Still, that is the case. Civil war and all kinds of war in the Middle Eastern countries. And earlier time also it was known for war. So what happens is many men dies in the battle. So men shortage happens. That's why polygamy was also prevalent. And polygamy became one of the integral part of the Islam due to the region Islam developed. Okay, so your geographical location decides your religion. It's not the case with just Islamic religion. What about Christianity? What about Christianity? What is the face of God in Christianity? Guys, am I audible? Do you understand my question?
You're audible, sir.
Yes. What is the face of God in Christianity? Three in one, Trinity. Okay. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, all as one body. Okay. Actually, even in Christianity, the God has no face, right? The God is in Islam, a spirit, a superior being who has no physical attributes. And just like that, even in Christianity, the God has no physical attributes. Jesus is not the God, right? Suppose, and
Yes.
many of the people nowadays, they believe Jesus is the God, but Jesus is not the God. Jesus is the Son. Pictorial representations. Yes. Okay. So, however, when Christianity originated, okay, Christianity and Islam originated around the same period, right? One side it was Jesus, the other side it was Prophet Muhammad. Both of them lived adjacent to each other, one side, the other side. Am I right? Christianity, where, which is the holy place for Christianity? The birth of Lord Jesus.
Sir, Jerusalem.
Jerusalem. Which place is that? Where is Jerusalem? Which country?
or Latin.
Latina. Israel. Where is Israel? Again, Middle Eastern country, hot, desert. God has no physical attributes in the initial period, and slowly people started to give symbols, pictorial representation. Mary became God in some categories, sometimes Jesus became. Okay, so all those things happened at a very later stage. But the initial stage, again, God had no physical attributes, and the religion was, when the religion moved to European countries, what happened was it had to assimilate the characteristic feature of that particular regions. Okay. There was another religion called pagans, pagan religion. I don't know how many of you heard about this. Okay. Pagan religion was the important religion during that time. And slowly people started moving towards Christianity. Yes, paganism. Okay, so now the king had to come up with a solution. What he did was he merged Christianity with paganism. The Christmas that is celebrated all throughout the world nowadays was a festival of pagans, not Christians. Actually, Jesus was not, Jesus did not, I mean, the birth of Jesus was not in the month of December, it was actually in the summertime, that is during June, that period. Okay, and yes, witchcraft, Wiccans, worship of nature, pagans. Okay, so European countries, you know, it's cold for them, and especially the period of November, December, January, even October for that case, it's very cold for them. Okay, winter solstice period. So usually during that cold period, it's very difficult for the people to go out of their house, right? Am I right? It's very difficult to go out of their house because outside it is freezing temperature. So what to do? And what about the case of plants and trees? When it is harsh, cold climate, what will happen to the plant and trees? What happens to the plants and trees, guys? Am I audible? Do you understand my question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me then. Hibernation. Animals go into hibernation, okay. What about the plants? Fall of the leaves, okay. Conical shaped pine trees, you are saying, okay. Plants usually die during this time, okay. Cold marks death in the pagan religion. So what they do is they take a tree, a plant inside their house during this cold period. They keep the tree warm for some period, and once the cold climate is over, they take the tree out and plant it outside once again. Plant or trees or whatever they took inside, they take it outside and plant it. Does that sound familiar to you? Is it familiar to any other religion that we practice today, nowadays? Christmas tree. Okay, so the pagan festival of Christmas became the festival of Christianity. It was merged with Christianity by the king of pagans. Okay, so the popularity of Christianity, they didn't want to lose their tradition also. At the same time, the king understood only through the Christianity they can spread, they can thrive. So what they did was they merged pagan festival of Christmas with the Christianity. Okay, and since it is cold, since it is difficult for the people to go out of their house, they have to come up with a solution so that people are motivated. So guys, so when this lockdown period started for you, that is I think in the last year February, right? Last year February, March time, slowly this lockdown has become a crazy thing. And when it started, how did you feel the first month of lockdown? How did you feel during this first month of lockdown? Good. Oh, so only one person felt good. What about other people? Like in jail, it was good, very bad. Okay, so it's a mixed opinion. Depressive, good for me. Okay, cool. See, the initial phase it was really good. At least for the first 1 week or 2 weeks, it was really good. But when it prolonged 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, it became very depressive, as someone said. Okay, depressive, stress, and you know that domestic violence increased exponentially during this period because you know husband, wife, all of them are at the same house. So domestic violence and abuse also increased during this period. That's what happens when people stay inside. Initial period it would be very good, but consider cold period of no cold months continuously for 3 to 4 months. Starts from October, November, December, January, even the first part of February sometimes, or later part of October to first part of February. So, anyways, it would be 3 to 4 months of cold. How difficult will it be? And especially this winter solstice is during the period of December. That is the month of December, the worst period. So 3 to 4 months, people has to stay inside their house, And now you tell me how the people will feel. Depressive, suicidal thoughts. So they have to do something. That's why these pagans celebrated a festival one entire month. Okay, the entire month of festival, meeting friends, sharing gifts with them, having dinner together with friends and family. So they wanted a vent out of this lockdown. Okay, so the cold month, the cold period is the reason why the pagans celebrated that they took the tree inside. They celebrated a month-long festival when Christianity went to European nation, and the pagans strategically they infused their tradition into the Christianity. Okay, that's why Christianity nowadays, if you see, Christmas is the world's most famous festival, right? Next to New Year, of course. Christmas, New Year. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So, again, the geographical location decides your religion. Then what about Hinduism? Geographical location decided, Islam, okay, fine, accepted. Christianity, yes, accepted. What about Hinduism? Hinduism in tropical regions. Okay. Okay, you people, do you know any Greek gods? Greek god. Zeus. Okay. Medusa, Hercules. Okay. So what is the work of these guys? Zeus, Hercules, Cupid. Oh, Cupid. Okay, what is the function of these guys? Like Zeus, Hercules, what do they do? What is their work? Titans with the power over nature. Okay, someone controls sun, someone controls rain, someone controls weather, someone controls earth, someone controls death. Is that right? That's how it is, right? With these Greek gods. Yes. Okay. Then what about our Hindu gods? Who is the person that controls rain?
Sir, Indra.
Indra. Okay. Who is the person that controls sun? Or the sun himself? Surya, Chandra, right? If you have obstacles in your life, hurdles in your life, which god do you go for? Solution. Lord Ganesh. Okay. So the remover of obstacles, Lord Ganesha, Ganapati, Vignesha, whatever that you name him. Okay. So if you see the Greek religion, the Greek gods, and compare it with the Indian gods, they have a lot of similarities. Okay. Is there a snake god for us? Do we have a snake god? Yeah, okay, Ananda, Shiva, whoever it is. Okay, we have a snake god, the god for snake. Do we have a god for lion, elephant, tiger? Yes, we have god in all forms. Nature worship. Okay, the Greek, yes, as you said, almost 33,000 gods are okay, right? So millions and millions of gods are there as long the list goes on. But the thing is, the Greek and Hinduism have very much similarity when you see about their practices. The reason is the diversity of the Greeks and the diversity of India made possible these millions of gods. The existence of these 33,000 gods in Hinduism and many gods in Greek religion is because of the diversity of the place, right? You fear snake, you made it as a god. You fear lion, so you made it as a god. You fear tiger, so you made it as a god. And you want rain. At the same time, you don't want heavy rain. Am I right? We all want rain. At the same time, we don't want heavy rain also. Am I right, guys?
Yes.
What do we do if there is no rain for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? We pray to Lord Indra. We pray to Goddess Mariamma. And if there is heavy rain, again we pray to God. So rain is a problem, whether it is available in bountiful or whether it is not at all available. Okay, either ways, rain is a problem. So whatever we fear, whatever we desire, we made them as God. We feared death. Okay, you take, there is a death God. Let's pray to the death God. God, please don't make me, don't kill me, don't make me die. Okay, so the same with the Greeks also. The abundance of nature in the Greek, the lands of the Greek, and the abundance of nature and diversity in the lands of India made thousands of God in both Greek religion as well as Hinduism. So your religion is decided by the geographical location that you live in. So your food is decided by the geographical location. Your culture, tradition, the dress you wear is decided by your geographical location. The religious practices, the religion, the rules and regulations of the religion is decided by your geographical location. Is there anything else that is not decided by the geographical location of your place? How about houses? House that we live in. People who visit at Himachal Pradesh or Uttarakhand or Jammu and Kashmir. So you might have seen the houses they construct, right? How do they usually construct the house? What is the material they use to construct the house? Wood, yes, majorly wood. And how do we construct our house? Bricks, okay. Mud, bricks. Anyone visited Northeast India? Northeast India. Have you seen their houses? Okay. Okay, Amarnath. How do they construct their house? The material, the shape. Tell me something about that. Bamboo, wood. Okay. Yes. So not just the material they use, the way they construct their house, okay, that also decided upon the kind of geography, the geographical location and the place where they live. Okay, this is a house, right? At least imagine this is a house. This is also a house, right? This is also a house, right? This is also a house, right? What is the difference between these houses? The construction, the way they constructed their houses. So which one is close to the construction of your house?
Last one.
Last one now. First one. Okay.
The first one.
First one. First one. Yes. For most of us, or maybe all of us, the first one is very close to home. Okay. Because slanting roof is something that is for South India, especially if you see the Kerala, Tamil Nadu region. Slanting roof is the normal way how we construct our houses, and the reason is rainfall. What is the problem if we construct our house like the second one when rainfall is heavy in our region? Is there any problem to if we construct the house in the second way? Waterlogging, exactly. The second house is constructed in places like Rajasthan and Gujarat. Why?
Because there is less rainfall and dry place. They have to store water.
Exactly. Okay, they have less rainfall, they need water. So even the little rainfall that comes has to be stored. That's why they construct houses in such a way. The roof, they have water logging capacity. They can store water in the roof itself. Okay, then they'll take it into the underground or keep it safe. All those things are there. The last one is not a say a two floor. The last one is a single floor house only, but constructed with the stilts on the below. The second one, still the terrace will have a small stand where rainwater to move away. No, 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 Amal, it's just a 2D dimension, right? I'm also not a great person to draw diagrams. Okay, I don't know how. So that's why. That's not a slanting roof. That is a flat roof only, where waterlogging capacity is installed. Okay, so the way that we construct our houses also dependent upon the geographical location. And have you seen these houses of Eskimos? How do they construct their houses? Eskimos. With ice blocks. Okay, material is ice block. Okay. The house.
Dome like
Yes.
dome like structure.
Dome like structure. And usually they live in undergrounds, not in the houses they constructed. They usually dug deep and go into the undergrounds. Even, yes, igloo. Okay. Even Jammu and Kashmir, if you see, you can, pit houses are majorly can be seen in Jammu and Kashmir region. Okay, where the houses are constructed, but they'll go little deep also. Pit houses. Okay, and there is something called this one kitchen. Also, pit kitchens are there. Reason is, the surface level temperature is high, sorry, very low. So what they do is they dug a little deep so that pit houses can be made. So I think in art and architecture also we saw, right, the places such as Central Asian region where the Islamic features in the architecture, the dome-like structure, all came from Central Asia. The curvilinear, the curved roofs, and the Jali works. I hope you remember. What about the Jali works? Anyone remember? Can you tell me what is the Jali work? Jali work, guys. Come on. Wall with patterns carved out. Yes, good. Hole patterns in window. Okay, so that, as I said, it compresses air and the air becomes little cool. Okay, so depending upon the geographical location of your place, the way we construct our house also differs. Where it is heavily raining, we get slanting roof. Where the land is clogged with water, what we do is we construct stilted houses. Where snowfall is there, curved houses. Okay, so depending upon the geographical location, even the way we construct our house differs. So your geographical location decides your house also. So is there anything at all that is not because of the geography, the geographical location? Is there anything? Is there anything that is not decided by geography? Language. Okay. Right. Language, yes, you can say, but even there's a problem. What is the reason behind Malayalam and Tamil splitting into two different languages, and Malayalam became a different language and evolved into something else? What is the reason?
Western
Western Ghats, the
Western
mountains.
Ghats.
Exactly. Again, geographical location also decides the language that you speak, or the evolution of language is aided, affected, and affected by the geographical location of your place. So that also you cannot say. Okay, when I say Southeast Asians, okay, like Koreans, Japanese, even Chinese for that case, what comes into your mind first? What comes into your mind? Faces, okay, their face, dressing pattern, architecture. Seriously, dressing pattern and architecture. Okay, Mongoloids. Okay, so majority of the case, what you are saying is Mongoloids, faces. What about their face? See, we are not discriminating anyone, okay? small eyes, height, oh, long elongated eyes and circular face. Okay, right? Okay. So it's 11:30. Okay, guys, you go for a break and come back. We'll discuss this. Right? Hello all.
Yes, sir.
Right. Sayuj, but they are beautiful. Okay. Yeah, we know that.
There are no mustache and beard.
Huh?
No mustache.
No mustache. Okay. Right. So it's a typical of Mongolian race, right? And again, the location decides. So where this Mongolian race come from? What was the origination point for this Mongolian race? origination for Mongolian race? What is the origination? The origination place for the Mongolian race? Guys,
So from China.
yes, good. From the northern Chinese region. So the feature of the northern Chinese region, first you should know the climate and feature of the northern Chinese region. So what is the climate first of all in the northern Chinese region? Northern Chinese region in the sense it should be in the borders of Russia. Mongolian race. What is the kind of what is the type of climate there? Gobi Desert, good. Siberia, on the fringes of Siberia, you can say, Arjun. Not particularly in Siberia, fringes you can say, yes. Gobi Desert, yes. Gobi Desert, Manchurian Desert. Okay, right. So the place is typical of snowfall. The place is known for snowfall, and as you said, it's a desert region. So desert in the sense you should not think about the hot desert that we can see in Thar or the Middle East. Okay, this is the type of desert where plants are less, but it is snowfall. It's a cold desert. Okay, the desert is cold and devoid of trees and plants. Now the land is full of what? The land is full of snowfall, right? There is something called albedo. Someone typed albedo a long time back when we were discussing something else. What is an albedo, first of all? What is albedo? Am I audible? Sunlight related effect. Okay. See, the basic meaning is that albedo means the ability to reflect back the light. Okay, the ability to reflect back the light is called albedo. And one thing about albedo is that the land is covered with snow. Now albedo is high. Okay, because snow reflects light, right? Snow reflects light. That's why the place is full of white color snow. The snow reflects light, right? Which means albedo is high in this place. When snow reflects light and the whole place is white in color, what will happen to your eyes? What happens to your eyes in such condition? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To understand my question, right? Glaring effect. Okay, good. Right. I'll give you one more example for it. If you are staying in a dark room, okay, that inside your house, window, door, everything is closed, your room is dark, and suddenly when you get out of your house, how do you feel usually? When you are going from dark to light, how do you feel? difficult to look at the light. Yes, sudden brightness. Pupil, yes, can't open your eyes. Vision difficulty, yes, all these things are there. So consider this to be the case of the entire region. Okay, and one more example. When you come from outside into your house, okay, where that outside it is very bright, it's a sunny day, and you are coming from outside to your house. How do you feel first? First, again the vision difficulty will be there. It would be dark. Okay, you won't see enough light, and after some time, what will happen is slowly you will understand. Okay, slowly the vision becomes better. The reason is when you go from sunlight to dark, your pupil shrinks to certain range that light won't be allowed inside your eyes. And when you go from dark to light, your pupil is already dilated, so more light will get inside your eyes, which causes sudden brightness and difficulty in vision. Okay, either case it's a problem. Am I right? When after a while sitting in the dark, your pupil dilates, allowing more light to get inside your eyes, so your vision becomes better. And when you are going inside your house from a sunny day, what happens is your pupil is shrink and slowly it dilates, leading more light inside. When you go outside, the pupil dilated will become shrink and the vision becomes better. So side by side, two cases are there. One side, the equatorial rainforest you can take as an example. So equatorial rainforest, what is the type of climate and what is the type of how much light vision is available in this equatorial climate? Equatorial rainforest, if you take, humans originated in Central African region, right? The Negro race, Negroid race. Am I right? Guys, what happened to you all? Why are you so silent? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So the two sides of the story. One side, it's equatorial rainforest. Equatorial rainforest means dense trees. Okay, canopy, thick canopy, dense tree. So what happens is for the sunlight to penetrate inside deep jungles, it's very difficult. So the entire region is what? Dark. Am I right? The region, the ground level is dark because the canopy restricts the sunlight to penetrate inside the deep jungles of rainforest. Okay, so the eye socket of the people becomes enlarged over a period of time, allowing more light to get inside their eyes. And when it is snowfall, the entire place is covered of snow. The eye socket shrinks in such a way, not leaving more light to get inside. So the Negroid race develops bigger eye sockets, by the way, developing big eyes, and the Mongoloid race, they develop smaller eyes to protect themselves from the albedo effect. Am I clear? You understand?
Yes, sir.
So the Mongoloid race, the facial features, the milky white skin, all because of the natural selection and elimination process that happened over a period of thousands and thousands of period of evolution. Okay, that's about Mongoloid race. So geographical location decides your physical feature also. And one thing about the northwest part of India, I hope we discuss in some other class, and I don't exactly remember whether we discussed or not, but I think, right? If you go to the northwest part of India, that is Pakistan, the Afghanistan region, along with the northwest part of India, usually people are tall, when taller compared to the people of South India. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Taller, well built. The reason is,
Yes, sir.
you know that the Aryan race migrated to India from Central Asia, right? Am I right? The Aryans from
Yes, sir.
Central Asian region, Siberian region, they migrated to India through Khyber and Bolan passes. And how do you think they traveled? What is the mode of travel for them? Horses. Okay. Walking. Right. So, anyways, they had to travel long distance, right? Had to travel a long distance, and not just a simple distance, it is long distance along with harsh climate, have to climb mountains, have to climb hills, walk through passes. It's a very difficult walk. It's not done in years. It takes centuries together. And the migration is not like, okay, that is the destination, let's go migrate. Okay, the migration was a slow one, gradual, centuries and centuries together, came, settled, then went other place, settled, wandering nomads. Okay, they didn't have a one single place or one single destination to go. They were wandering one place to other place, one place to other place, centuries together. And when they finally came to India, the hardship they faced, okay, the hardship they faced, the walking, the long distance walking and everything made their lungs and heart to develop and inhale air. Okay, see, when a person is doing physical activities for a long time, that means heart and lung should have that capacity to do the work, right? The enlargement of lungs and heart should happen with the continuous physical activity. Am I right, guys?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the swimmer's body, for example? So this physical activity for a prolonged period of time of walking made them have a bigger lungs, and for bigger lungs they should have a bigger upper body, right? The long distance walking made them climb mountains, and one thing about mountains is that very little oxygen will be available in the mountains. Am I right? See, if you see in the valleys, oxygen will be available in plenty, in bountiful. But if you climb mountains, one difficult thing that you face is pressure will decrease. Along with the pressure decrease, oxygen will decrease. and it's very difficult to breathe in high altitude region, right? And when people had to go through this high altitude region, less amount of oxygen available to breathe in, they have to develop a great lung capacity, and with great lung capacity and this hardship, their body also gets modified over a period of time. Do I make sense? You understand?
Yes, sir.
So this migration made them taller. This migration made them better built, bigger. Okay, then what about South India? The indigenous people who are there, the Dravidian culture. What about them? What about them, guys? What happened? Why are you all silent? No idea. Wow. Okay, good. At least you said something. See, we don't face that. I mean, we in the sense, the Dravidian did not face that kind of hardship, right? The indigenous people of India who were here in the, so consider the places like Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, was there any hardship to face? First of all, rainfall is available, rivers are there, okay, forest is there, so agriculture is also plentiful available in the valleys. So what is the hardship that you are going to face? Consider those people who are climbing mountains, facing little air, little oxygen, through hardship, low availability of food and everything. But for us, it was conducive, right? The Dravidian culture, the regions of South India, it was, people were living in comfort, right? So population increased. That's what happens, right? When people are in living comfort, there's no problem with the food scarcity, nothing is there. Okay, no food scarcity, food is available in plentiful. You have a good place to rest, water is available, everything is available. Now what next? Increase in population, right? That's what happens. Am I right? Right. So 12 children's, 13 children's, 14 children's, very easy. But the problem for the people who are migrating towards India, it's very difficult to have more than 2 or 3 children's. Reason is already food scarcity is there. Okay, the long travel, migration from one place to other place, the hardship they are facing, it's difficult to have children. Okay, but for South India, that was not the case. So over a period of time, what happened is children's population increased, and years of evolution together made the waste, the South India, the waste become bigger, the waistline to accommodate more children. Okay, pregnancy is easier, delivery becomes easy when the pelvic region, the waist region is broader, wider. Okay, so the devolution of South India is entirely different from the Aryan race who migrated into India. That's why the more you go to northwest part of India, you can see the tall, well-built men compared to the people of South India. Am I clear? You understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. So, the geography of your place, the geographical location decides your color, your physical features, your religion, the food, your customs, tradition, culture, even your language in many cases. So, how important geography is? How important geography is? Inevitable. Huh? Okay. Like Thanos, it's inevitable. Okay. Geography is important because it decides, it basically decides, influences, as Kartika says, it influences each and every part of our life and environment. Okay, geography decides everything. Geography decides each and every aspect of a human life. And that is only one side, right? So far, we have seen only one side of geography, how it is deciding various features of humans. But how about humans? Are we influencing geography? Yes. Yes, how? Guys, come on, speak up. Human activities causes harm to nature. Okay, okay. Climate change due to our human activities. Yes, good. Okay, how many of you use air condition? How many of you use air condition? No, okay. How many of you use air condition? Right. Especially people from cities, we mostly use air condition. Life without air condition is horrible in for people who comes from cities. Okay. For example, if you are coming from cities like Chennai, Hyderabad, New Delhi, it's very difficult to live without air condition. Okay, especially in the summer times, at least in winter times, it's okay. It's manageable level. It's very difficult in summer times. One thing is we use air condition. So people who've been to Middle East countries, it's very hot there, right? But still people live happily because the landscape is modified by humans. The modification of landscape that we have done in the past one single century itself. Okay, at least before this, the life was nomadic for the people of Middle East. They were nomads. They move, wander around from place to place, and settle somewhere in oasis, then move on. That's how their life was. But with the introduction or the discovery, you cannot say discovery also, the petroleum. Okay, discovery of petroleum products, the crude oil, made the Middle East country rich. So they defied, or they are still defying all the natures of law. Sorry, all the laws of nature. Okay, they air conditioned, they use water from sea, they desalinate ocean water, sea water, and use it for drinking purposes. The petroleum products made them rich, very rich, and they modified the entire landscape. So that's just one example. But the modification that humans done to geography also, the earth also has a profounding effect in how the consequences are. Okay, we made the globe very hot. We increased the emission of carbon dioxide, increased the globalization and the migration of people from one place to other place. If you go to Australia, you can see white people. If you go to North America, you can see white people. If you go to Canada, you can see white people. If you go to South Africa, you can see white people, which are actually not native for this white people. They settled there. Okay, the North American region, entire United States of America and Canada, when you come to New Zealand, Australia, nothing was the hometown or of these people, the white people. Okay, so the migration of people, the landscape modification we done, the laws of nature that we are defying these days obviously have consequences in what we are, the consequences are there. Okay, so geography, one side, if you see, the physiography, the climate of a place decided the evolution of humans, and at the same time, the current trend, that is the past century onwards. Okay, this is what 2021. If you see from the World War I to today, the changes that happened in the past one century itself has a huge profounding effect in the Earth atmosphere as well as the other spheres of the Earth. So one thing about geography is that no more we can separate geography as a single entity and look at one particular part. Okay, so before 1900s, geography means it's just physical. It's all about climate. It's all about how it decides people. It's all about how everything is decided by the geographical location and features. But after 1900s, humans started to influence the earth. Humans started to influence the geography. So geography now is an entity that comprises both the sides, the human side as well as the physical side. So what are the things that we are going to read in geography or read from geography is covers various areas. Okay, for example, you know that anyways we are going to look at the physiography, physical features. That's one side. And apart from that, we are going to read about the climatology, but also and oceanography, which and apart from that, what are the other things we are going to see in geography? Any guesses, example that you would like to add? What are the other things we are going to read in geography? Disaster management. Okay, good. Yes, industries, industrial location, factor distribution. Good, Ananta. Then yes, transportation. Good. Administration, Kartika, I doubt. World geography. Anjana, what do you mean by world geography? What do you mean by world geography? For the distribution of resources, administration is needed. Mhm. Demography, yes, very good motion. We can include class 11 and class 12 NCERT for geography as reading material, right? Yes, Arjun. I'll tell you the reading materials also. Okay, don't worry. I'll tell you which material you should study or read for geography. Don't worry about that. Settlement, urbanization, good. Then, what about soils? What about river system? What about agriculture? Yes, settlement, distribution of minerals and soils. Yes, good. Yes, human development, without any doubt. So, geography is that one subject which has a profounding influence on multiple subjects. Okay, there is social geography, which speaks about how sociology and geography is an intertwined subject. There is economic geography, there is political geography. Okay, and these are only a few that I would like to tell you. And apart from that, geography, it has its influence on multiple subjects. Okay, if you understand geography deeply, you will have a good understanding on all other subjects, and apart from just understanding, you will appreciate various other subjects with its due with its due credibility. Okay, because if you are going to read economy, you cannot separate economy from geography. One thing is, just a minute. Right, as I was saying, you cannot separate economy from the geography. One reason is the economy of people, the economy of a place is decided by the geography, without any doubt. India is agricultural country, right? What is the reason? Why is India an agricultural country?
Geographical position of India.
How it supports agriculture. The geographical location of India, okay, but how does it support agriculture? Geographical features of Indian land, its location, suitable for it. See, good rain, mud, plain, plateau, climate. Okay, cool, good. So, if you consider India, geographical location is just a generic answer. Okay, by giving generic answer, you cannot expect good marks in UPSC exam. I'm telling this again and again. Okay, I already told in my other classes also. I'm telling now also. I'll tell later also. By giving generic answers, you are not going to get good marks in UPSC. Always be precise on what you are telling. Okay, India has the highest percentage of land under agriculture. Okay, India has highest percentage of plains in its geographical feature. 52% of Indian land comes under agriculture, which is the highest in any other part of the world. Compared to any other part of the world, it is the highest. Okay, the plains, Ganga Yamuna, the Indus plain, okay, the Brahmaputra plain, the Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, okay, Indian river system and the plains of India make agriculture as the important occupation of people. Okay, so the geographical location is just a generic answer, but instead of that, if you are going to give answer like India has the highest percentage of the land contributed to agriculture because of the presence of Gangetic Valley, because of the presence of Indus Valley and other river system, that is going to fetch you a good mark. Okay, so when you are going to say something, be precise of that. See, government schemes, the support given to farmers are all new concept. Okay, think from the perspective of that spans over 2000 years of 2000 years, 3000 years, 1000 years of legacy. If you take India as an agrarian economy because of its geographical feature, as I said, river system and the plains. Okay, so you cannot separate economy from geography. India is an agrarian economy and it is because of the geography. So like that, any subject you take, only when you understand its geography, you can understand the depth of its economy, the depth of its society, the depth of its polity. Separating geography from any other subject is going to be very difficult because, as I said, everything that you see in a place, for example, consider that you are appointed as a additional collector. Okay, let's consider this one. You are appointed as an additional collector in the same district, Kozhikode. Okay, so consider if you are going to come up with some measure that restricts the movement of beef, what will happen? That restricts the movement of beef, that restricts the import of beef from other states. Communal tensions will happen. Why? Why so? Communal tensions will happen, but why? Right? Beef eating population is more in this region. And consider the same thing. Consider the same thing in Rajasthan. Will there be communal tension? Will there be any problem? The same scheme in one part of the country cannot be applied in other part of the country because the measures in one region cannot be applied to other region because it has its own history, it has its own demography. Any region has its own type of polity, own type of society, And that is why one thing that can be applied in one place cannot be applied in other places. Right? This is not one size fits all. Every region has to be tailor-made schemes has to be given, and only then the economy and the region will prosper. Okay, so for an additional collector or for any person who's constructing a scheme, who's executing a scheme, who's planning a scheme, has to understand the depth of a place. Okay, for depth of a place, consider on site this also. If you are making a plant, okay, a plant in the sense not the plant tree, okay, that I'm saying, an industry, okay, an industrial plant to desalinate seawater in Kozhikode, whether people will appreciate or not. Desalinate seawater and to use it as drinking water, whether people will appreciate or not. Guys, do you understand my question? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
So can you repeat?
Yes. The question is, if you are an additional collector of Kozhikode and coming up with a scheme, a new policy, a new industry to desalinate seawater, okay, to use it as drinking purposes, whether people will appreciate you or not. Yes, they will appreciate. Have to, okay, have to appreciate, right? Same case with Chennai. Whether people will appreciate you. Both opinions will be there. Yes. Actually, people from Chennai will appreciate you more than the people from Kozhikode, because Kozhikode already water availability is there. There is no water shortage as such. If you see, there is no big problem with water. But Chennai faces a lot of water scarcity, lot of issues is there with Chennai. So definitely people will appreciate if you are coming up with a desalination, a plant, desalination plant to use it seawater as a drinking water. And the people of Middle Eastern countries, they will appreciate you even more than the people of Chennai. Consider you are constructing a desalination plant in New Delhi, whether people will appreciate you. Yes, sir. Why? Where is he in New Delhi? There is no sea in New Delhi. So if you are going to construct a desalination plant to convert seawater into drinking water, people will laugh at you. See, even you can take seawater from the ocean, sea to New Delhi, then convert into drinking water. But think about how much economic resources is needed to transport the water to New Delhi and make that as a drinking water. Though New Delhi faces drinking water shortage problem, water scarcity is there in New Delhi. Desalination plant is not a solution that you can apply to New Delhi, but it can be applied to Kozhikode, it can be applied to Chennai or any other Vizag, for example, any other city that is there in the coastal region, Mumbai, for example,
Why?
people will accept it. But if you take that to New Delhi, people will slap you. Why? Solution, right? Desalination plant is a solution for water scarcity. Why people of Delhi will slap you? Why, guys? Why? if you don't know the geography of a place, if you don't know the location of a place, and if you are coming up with a solution that is not fit for the geographical location of that place, it's not going to work. Right? Consider you are placed in Chirapunji or Masindram and you are coming up with something like water saving methods. What will people do? What will people think of you? Consider you are posted in Rayalaseema region as an additional collector and you are coming up with a measure, okay, to increase the yield by planting paddy. What will people think of you? Rayalaseema region is known for dry water scarcity region. It's not effective practically. Yes, good. So every region has its own way of improving the economy, has its own way of improving the water scarcity, has its own way of improving the agricultural yield. Okay, not every region, you cannot make one solution for all the places. According to the place that you are posted, only when you know the geography of the place, you can come up with a scheme that is effectively applied to that particular place. Okay, and that's why the understanding of geography is important for a person who's taking an administrative position, and that is the reason why UPSC gave geography as a stream, as a subject in UPSC exams. You understand? If you don't know geography, then think about how difficult it is for an administrator like you to get into an office, a coveted office in the UPSC exam, and come up with a scheme that can be appreciated by the people. Is it possible at all? So, how important is a geographical knowledge? How important is the geographical understanding of an administrator in UPSC exam? So, consider, sir, I am not willing to become an IAS officer. Sir, I want to become IPS officer only. Cool. Consider an IPS officer without an understanding about geography. Is there any flip side to it? An IPS officer without an understanding about geography. Is there any flip side? Yes or no? If you say yes, give an example. If you say no, also give an example. Guys, come on, don't be idle. Okay, your yes or no doesn't matter to me. What matters is your example. Give me example. Even if you say yes, fine, give example. Even if you say no, fine, example. Right, I'll give you an example. There was an incident in Sabarimala, I think. Okay, in Kerala only, but I'm not sure whether it's Sabarimala or some other temple, but I think it's Sabarimala. Okay, there was a minister who wanted to go to this temple with his followers. You know about them, right? They'll go in 4-5 cars with all those crazy noises they make, right? They wanted to go in car. An IPS officer stopped it. He said, sir, it's very difficult for you to cross this place because it's geographically pristine, it's environmentally unstable place. You might face landslide, you might face avalanche, so better avoid this. But the minister on the other side, the followers of the ministers on the other side, they insisted, they wanted to go to this place in the comfort, with the comfort of the car and all the noises they were making. Now tell me, Whether if you are an IPS officer without an understanding of geography, what will you do? What you would have done if you don't have an understanding of geography of that place? See, it's no mistake from both sides. Okay, minister wanting to visit a place, which is wanting to visit a place with his followers, that is also not a bad thing. At the same time, if you see from the IPS officer's perspective, that is also not a bad thing. Both of them are correct only from their point of view. But the problem is, only when you understand that the pristine nature of the place, you will survive. Only then you can be an effective officer. So doesn't matter whether you are an IAS officer, IPS officer, IRS officer. For UPSC exam, geography is needed. Geographical understanding is needed, because only then you will survive. Only then you will serve the purpose or serve the intended purpose for what you are posted in the place, right? So that's why geography is important for an administrator, for a civil servant who's writing UPSC exam. And apart from that, we already discussed how geography influences various things as a human and all those things. And why is it important for us to read geography for UPSC exam? Why is it important for us to read for UPSC exam? As a civil servant, I told you the purpose why you should have a geographical understanding. But as a UPSC aspirant, why? To connect with other subjects. Okay, good. History, economy, okay, yes. Okay, what do you need to clear UPSC exam? What do you need to clear UPSC exam? Marks, exactly. That is the most important thing. And geography gives you a lot of mark. Even in preliminary examination or even in mains examination, you take one or the other way, geography pops up in every year preliminary examination, either about location or a place or anything that you take, geography is there. And in mains examination also, geographical related questions related to disaster management, related to border management, related to environment, related to geographical locations of industries, plans again, industrial plans I'm saying, okay, transportation, population, demography, one or the other way, at least 20 to 30 marks, at least I'm saying, okay, sometimes it could be even 50 marks, 60 marks, 20 to 30 marks in mains examination, and in preliminary examination around 20 marks. Okay, every year from geography, 20 marks in preliminary examination, and minimum I'm saying 30 marks in mains examination. And it could go even to 60, 65, 70 marks sometimes in mains examination. So geography is that one subject which provides you ample scope and good marks if you have deep understanding and good knowledge in geography. That is why it is important for a UPSC aspirant to read geography. As an how many of you here want to become an IFS officer? That is foreign service. Kerala has this one. Highest percentage of the people from Kerala want to become an IFS officer, foreign service. Majority of the other places, people want to become IAS. But majority of the people from Kerala, they want to become an IFS officer. IFS or IPS. That's the craze in Kerala. Right? See, so many people are there. So, only when you know the only when you know the places, Abhijit, IFOS, Forest Service, for use geography is very much needed without any doubt. Okay, so even if you are an IFS officer, only when you know the geographical feature of the country that you are posted, you will have better understanding for the purpose that you are serving. Right? So if you are posted in Afghanistan, that's entirely different case. If you are in different case. So only when you know at least a brief understanding of this place is needed for an officer to be posted. Okay, after posting anyways, you will learn all those things. But even before going there, even when you are a new PSC aspirant, you should have some basic understanding about different regions of the world also. Right? Am I clear? You understand? Good. So what you guys do is, from tomorrow onwards, have a map in your hand. Map means this, buy one atlas. I hope most of you already have atlas. If you don't have, buy this atlas which I am saying, Oxford Student Atlas. Okay, Oxford Student Atlas. So what we'll do is, from tomorrow we'll start with map. Okay, so map will take some 3 classes, I think, not sure, 3 to 4 classes. Okay, so we'll see different locations of the world. We'll understand the physical features of the different countries of the world. We'll understand the political features of the different location of the world. Okay, we'll understand physical feature, we'll understand the political features, we'll understand the society, we'll understand the culture and tradition of people. Okay, we'll read all those things along with knowing the location of different regions in the world. Am I clear? We'll see different continents, we'll see different countries, we'll see different regions, we'll see different mountain systems, river systems, forest, climate, all those things we'll see in brief when we are reading maps. So try to have the student atlas, the Oxford Student Atlas in your hand, or any other atlas if you already bought, no problem. Okay, that is also you can manage. Right, we'll see different locations, different continents, different countries and everything, and at the same time we'll learn something. When you have atlas in your map, why Oxford Student Atlas? Okay, I felt that Oxford Student Atlas is more user friendly, one thing. Second thing, it provides a lot of locations and features that are easy to access through. And one more thing is, it's kind of UPSC friendly, this Oxford Student Atlas. That's why Oxford Student Atlas. So any other atlas also fine. If you already bought, no problem. So far you have not, kindly buy this Oxford Student Atlas. And while I'm saying, try to mark the places that I'm saying in the map, mark it in your own map, then write, make notes of this, revise it again and again. Okay, so that you will have a good understanding about different locations of the world. So sometimes, even if you don't know the exact answer in UPSC exam, somewhat you can correlate. Okay, for example, if you take the North American prairies, the North American prairie region, this region is known for wheat cultivation. This region is known for grassland. This region is known for ox, buffalo, bull. Okay, that is the animals that eat grass, the vegetarian animals. Okay, so when you understand deeply about the region, the kind of physical feature of this place, You'll also understand how transportation and industry developed in the North American prairies and the Canadian prairies, how the region developed and transformed because of only the presence of the grassland in that region. Okay, so when you understand all these things, you will able to correlate with the transportation, you will be able to correlate with the import and the export of the country, you will be able to correlate with the development of the country, which is the most powerful country in the world right now. Which is the most powerful country in the world right now. Anantu, us means us, we, you, India, USA, right? United States of America is the most powerful country in the world. And I would say the prairies is the most important contributor for the development of United States of America. Okay, if prairies was absent, then USA wouldn't be the most powerful country in the world right now. Okay, so anyway, so that's what, when you understand geographical reasons, the geographical features, the location, and the various contribution from different set of the people, you will understand the UPSC. I mean, you will understand the various subjects, how different subjects are correlated, the international relations, the internal security, all those things. Geography gives you a different perspective while reading it. Okay, I can easily say United States of America, there is prairies. Okay, only when you see through your eyes, through map, you will understand the deep meaning of what I'm saying. Okay, if I just say United States of America, there is prairies, and the prairies provide wheat, meat consumption for the world. So this develop, that develop, it's not going to give you anything. But if you see through your own eyes in map how different regions are connected, how different places are there, how different physical features contributed to that, you will understand and you will retain more. That's why map is needed. And the user-friendly map, as far as I have seen, is the Oxford Student Atlas. Okay, so that's why I said that. Any doubts you have? One more thing is books that you should refer for UPSC exam. Start from 6th standard NCERT geography. Okay, start from 6th standard NCERT. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. +1, 2 books are there, +2, 2 books are there. So the books that you can avoid, if you ask me, I will say there is a book about human geography in 12th standard. That book you can avoid. If you want to avoid, if at all you want to avoid, that one book you can avoid. Apart from that, all other books are very important for UPSC exam. Especially the 6th and 7th standard NCERT books are very important, because those two books give more basic understanding. That two books give you at least 2 questions, 2 answers in UPSC exam. You can answer with those 2 books itself. Okay, so 6th standard NCERT, 7th standard NCERT, 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard NCERT, +1, 2 books are there. One is about India's physical features. Second one is the physiography of the world, which includes this one, oceanography also, climatology also is there. Okay, apart from that, you can read only one book. That is a book called the author name is Go Cheng Liang. I hope most of you must be already knowing about this one, right? Author name is Go Cheng Liang. The book is anyone know the book name? I forgot it. I'm not able to currently remember. The book name is Physical Environment, right? Concepts in Physical Geography. Am I right? Yes, Certificate Physical and Human Geography. Good, thank you. So this Certificate Physical and Human Geography book by Go Cheng Liang Okay, don't read everything that is there in the book. Read only climatic regions of the world. Okay, don't read the first part, which is not necessary for us. Okay, read only the second part where world climatic regions are discussed. Am I clear? Yes, Mubashir, that would be better. Better study geography, then go for disaster management. Okay, I think that I already told in this degree class also. First, read geography. Geography opens the gate for disaster management. Okay, so yes, Arjun, yes, sure. Climatic regions, I will tell you unit wise also. I will take that in class also. Don't worry about it. Okay. So all that you have to learn from geography for preliminary examination as well as mains examination, I will take it in the class. I will take it for you. Don't worry about anything. Just listen to the class. Try to revise the class notes along with the books that I have prescribed for you. Nothing more is needed. Okay, geography is all about understanding. So don't go for big books, bigger books, not necessary for us. What you have to concentrate is this 6th to 12th standard NCRT, and apart from that, certificate physical and human geography by Gochan Liang, only the world climatic regions. That part is enough. And don't go for anything as extra studies. It's not necessary. There is no need for it, especially for UPSC exam. If you want to do PhD, if you want to do any research, then go for it. Okay, for a general aspirant, for a general in the sense, not the category I'm saying, for an aspirant whose optional is not geography, this is more than enough. Current affairs in geography. Yes, current affairs is very important. That goes without saying. Okay, current affairs doesn't matter whether it's geography, environment, polity, economy. Current affairs is as such, it is very important, and that goes without saying. Okay, so if you want me to add that also, fine. Geographical current affairs related to geography, 6th to 12th standard NCRT, and the Gochan Liang book, only the world climatic regions. So these are the three regions, these are the three study materials that you have to consider. And apart from that, atlas. Okay, atlas also, don't worry. I'll tell you the important places where you have to concentrate. I'll tell you the important regions. I'll give you the mnemonics for the important regions. So there's no need to worry about that also. I'll make it as simple as possible for you, as easy as possible for you to read and learn the geographical locations and map. Okay. So don't worry about that also. So this is the material for geography which you have to refer. Recorded session of the live class. Arvind, I'm not sure about this. You can ask the office. Okay. So if you guys have any doubt, kindly ask me. So from tomorrow, it's map. So kindly have a map in your hand. Any doubts? Also ask your friends not to miss these 3 classes, 3 to 4 classes of map. Okay. So many of the people gone after the break. So better ask them to attend the class properly. Okay. So kindly be serious about this examination. Okay. Sometimes the class could be boring. sometime the class could be dead boring also. Majority of the times the class will be interesting, but doesn't matter whether it is boring or interesting. Some of the times you have to have some patience to sit for the class. Okay, take notes, because it's not for me or it's not for anyone else you are doing. It's for your own self. It's for your own benefit. You are attending class. So take it seriously. Okay, sit through difficult times. Yes, Abhijit, two options are there for forest service. You can take geology and forestry as optional, because geology optional has you can get benefited out of geology optional, because there is a lot of overlapping between geology and geography. So if you are very good at geography, then geology becomes easy for you. Then forestry is a simple subject, so you can read forestry also. Two options are there. You can take geology and forestry, or any other subject that you like, you can take. But for forest service, you should be a science graduate. To apply for forest service, you should be a science graduate or an engineering graduate. Yes, then you can apply. Okay, any other doubt, guys? You have any doubts regarding the material, regarding the subject, regarding what we are going to do, how you have to read? If you have any doubts, kindly ask me. No doubts? Okay then. Right. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.